You walked out of the interview feeling like you nailed every single question. You were articulate, your examples were solid, and you even shared a laugh with the hiring manager. But then, 3 weeks pass. You're staring at an empty inbox, wondering why you've been ghosted despite what felt like a perfect performance. Look, I've been there. I've sat on both sides of that desk for 15 years. And I want to tell you something that might be hard to hear. The reason you didn't get the call isn't because your answers were wrong. It's because you were playing the wrong game. Most people treat an interview like a final exam, a test to be passed. You sit there like you're on a witness stand, waiting for the next question so you can prove you're competent. But in today's market, competence is the bare minimum right now. 42% of candidates report being ghosted after the interview process. Here's the shift you need to make. The hiring manager isn't looking for a student to grade. They are looking for a partner to mitigate risk. Every time a company hires someone, they're taking a massive gamble. A bad hire costs an average of 30% of that person's first-year earnings in lost productivity and culture damage. That's a lot of pressure. This is why the interview-to-hire ratio has dropped to just 27%. They aren't looking for the person with the most skills on a checklist. AI can do tasks now. They're looking for someone who understands the business problem they are trying to solve. I want you to stop thinking like an applicant and start thinking like a consultant. Think of it like a doctor's appointment. A doctor doesn't just list their credentials and hope you like them. They ask questions to find the pain. 92% of hiring managers now value soft skills like critical thinking. Let's get real for a minute. The friction you're feeling isn't just bad luck, it's a systemic shift. In 2026, the perfect candidate doesn't exist in a vacuum anymore. You are competing against thousands of global applicants and AI agents that can replicate your technical skills for pennies. If you aren't providing unique strategic value, you're essentially invisible. Data shows that 68% of managers have already decided whether to hire you within the first 5 minutes of the conversation. If you spend those 5 minutes just answering questions, you've already lost. You aren't just fighting for a job, you're fighting for relevance in an economy that is rapidly automating the average worker. This is the hard truth. Your past achievements are a commodity. What matters is your ability to navigate the chaos of the next 6 months. If you don't change how you show up, the ghosting isn't going to stop. Now, let's get into the specifics. There are 3 questions that immediately change how a recruiter sees you. Instead of asking, "What does a typical day look like?" which is a passenger question, I want you to ask this. What is the biggest business challenge this team must solve in the next 6 months that AI hasn't been able to touch? See what happened there? You just signaled that you understand the current tech landscape and you're focused on high-level problem solving. This is what we call the workflow architect mindset. Candidates who position themselves this way are seeing salary premiums of 28 to nearly 50%. The second question is about the future. If we're sitting here a year from now celebrating a home run hire, what specific metrics did I hit to make that happen? This forces them to visualize you succeeding and gives you the exact cheat sheet for the role. And the third, where does this team usually struggle when integrating new technology? I get it. Maybe you have a gap in your resume, or you're pivoting industries. You feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. But here's the reality. Skills-based hiring is now 5 times more predictive of future performance than a university degree. Recruiters spend 70% of their attention on the top third of your resume header anyway. They are looking for evidence, not just history. When you use reverse interviewing, which is what we just talked about, you're essentially bypassing those traditional filters. You're showing them you can solve the specific problems AI leaves behind. Candidates who lead with these strategic questions actually receive offers 67% faster than those who don't. You don't need a 20-year resume to win. You need to demonstrate that you can solve their now problem. If you can show a hiring manager that you understand their pain and have a framework to fix it, the gap on your resume disappears. It becomes irrelevant. Tonight, I want you to do something different. Stop practicing your answers and start refining your questions. Research the company's recent challenges. Look at their competitors. Find one pain point you know you can help with. When you walk into that room tomorrow or jump on that Zoom call, remember, you are the consultant. There's a reason candidates who provide proof of work, a small project, or a strategic plan see a 115% increase in their conversion rates. They aren't just talking, they're doing. I once saw a healthcare ops manager secure a 20% performance bonus above her base salary just by using this reverse interviewing method to identify a bottleneck the company didn't even know they had. This isn't just about getting a job, it's about setting the stage for your entire career trajectory. AI won't replace you, but the person using AI to solve a company's pain definitely will. What's the one thing you're gonna change? Then go get them,